Have you ever wondered why your pet triggers you more than anyone else? You love them deeply, yet somehow they always seem to know how to push your buttons. Maybe your cat refuses affection no matter how much you try, or your dog ignores your cues until you stop trying to control. Or the horse, let's take the horse, and we will talk about horses a little more later on. Your horse won't move an inch, just not until you take a deep breath and ground yourself. And it can be confusing, even frustrating, I know, until you realize they're not doing it to you, they're doing it for you. Because some animals don't come to comfort you. They don't come into your life to comfort you, they come to teach you, to remind you of what your soul already knows but forgot along the way. That's patience, trust, self-worth, that's a big one, and presence, of course. And that's what I call the teacher contract. Hi, I'm Fabienne, healing for pets and their people together. And the teacher contract is one of the most transformative soul agreements we can share with our animals. Unlike the healing contract, which mirrors your emotional wounds, the teacher contract stretches you beyond them. It's not just reflection, that one is evolution. Your animal becomes a living mirror, showing you where you've outgrown old ways of being and who you're becoming instead. And I remember working with a client, and her name is Sarah, and her horse, Jasper, would freeze every time she got impatient. No matter what she did, he refused to move forward. There was no way. And she came to me, and when we explored it together, we realized Jasper wasn't being stubborn. He was responding to Sarah's nervous system. So whenever she felt tense or frustrated, her body's energy shifted, and Jasper, being deeply attuned, mirrored that. His freeze wasn't defiance, it was reflection. Animals live in constant co regulation with us. Their bodies read our subtle cues like breath, tone, and muscle tension, and they respond instinctively. So when our energy tightens, they often pause, resist, or pull away completely, not to challenge us, but to show us what it feels like to be in our presence. And that's the gift of the teacher contract. It invites us to regulate with them, to slow down, breathe, and reconnect to safety in our bodies. And when Sarah began to ground her energy, Jasper followed with ease. And what changed wasn't the training, it was what she was healing inside. Through our sessions, she uncovered an old pattern. Growing up in a family where achievement meant love, this conditional love, she had learned to push herself constantly, to perform, to meet expectations, and to really just never slow down. And that pressure lived in her body. And every time she approached Jasper, the same energy of do more, try harder, run through her nervous system. And he, of course, felt it. As she released those layers, the belief that she had to earn safety through performance. Once she healed that, something shifted in her and her energy became much more calm, clear, and grounded. And Jasper responded instantly. He no longer froze because there was nothing left to resist. He was teaching her what safety feels like, and not the kind that's achieved through control, but the kind that comes through presence. And that's the power of the teacher contract. Our animals sense what still lives in our nervous system and mirror it back until we can meet it with compassion. And once we do, they regulate and ground, and so do we. So, if you ever find yourself triggered by your pet, pause before reacting and ask yourself, what are they trying to show me about myself right now? Because chances are they're teaching you something your soul asked to remember, and perhaps long before you ever met. And when you can see their behaviors through that lens, everything shifts, I promise. The frustration turns into an understanding, and the resistance eventually turns into gratitude. And the bond between you deepens in ways you couldn't have imagined. And if you like to explore these mirrors more deeply, I created a free guide called the Emotional Mirror Checklist. And it helps you recognize the patterns your animal might be reflecting and the soul lessons behind them. And you find the link below the video. Because your animal isn't here to test you, they're here to teach you, to help you grow into the calm, grounded, authentic version of yourself that your soul and theirs already knows you can be. Thank you for watching, and give your little teacher an extra moment of gratitude today.